Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 481st Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Just before I introduce the teams, I've got a small announcement to make, and that is that it is happy birthday to Rome Total War. Rome Total War is 16 years old today. Now, I remember back in 2004, I was reading in the PC Gamer magazine the reviews of this game before it came out, and was really excited when I read the reviews. And when it came out on the 22nd of September 2004, I bought it on that day, and I've been playing Rome Total War ever since. Okay, it's 16 years now, so it's an old game, but as you can see by the battles that we have, we still have really great battles on this game. And as I say, I can't believe that it's been 16 years since I first started playing this game. And I still really enjoy it now, and I'm sure that there's a lot of you that that have played it since it first came out that still really enjoy it. And I bet a lot of maybe ex-RTW players that still watch our battle videos remember the great times that you had on RTW as well. So as I say, it came out on the 22nd of September 2004 and is 16 years old today. So happy birthday, Rome Total War. Okay, for our first teammate, we've got Titans member Bubo, and he's got the Egyptian faction. He's got 14 Pharaoh archers and 6 chariots. Okay, 14 Pharaoh archers and 6 chariots there. So he's got a heck of a lot of firepower there with those archers, I think. And if we look at the upgrades, he's got mixed upgrades on some of his archers. He's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and on other archers he's just got 4 upgrades. But just to let you know that I think the Pharaoh archers, pound for pound, are probably the best archers in the game. And if you put just gold shield, gold attack on them, then that gives them a 13 missile and a massive 15 defense just with gold shield, gold attack. A 13 missile damage and 15 defense. So I think, as I say, pound for pound, the Pharaoh archers are probably the best archers in the game. So I say he's got 14 of them and 6 chariots. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does with that. Unusual to see Egypt on a 31k battlefield, so it will be good to see how well he does with it. Our second teammate is Brotherhood member Mad King. Now Mad King has got 16 infantry and 3 cavalry. Okay, 16 infantry and just 3 cavalry, but I'd like to draw your attention to his general unit. And this general unit is a unit you don't see very often, and that is a Murmillo Gladiator. Okay, Murmillo Gladiator. And this Murmillo Gladiator specifications are with gold shield, gold attack, a 15 attack, 17 defense, and 2 hit points. Okay, but there's only 41 of them. Okay, there's only 41 of them, but they they are a pretty tough unit there, and it'll be interesting to see how well it does. Those of you that might not have seen a Murmillo Gladiator before, there's a close-up of them. So you can see that they're a pretty tough unit there with their 2 hit points. So it'll be interesting to see how well Mad King does with that general unit. And his cavalry's just got gold shield, gold attack on. Okay, so he's got 16 infantry, but only 3 cavalry. Now I wonder if that number of infantry will make up for a small amount of cavalry there. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Uther. Now Uther has unusually bought the Parthia faction. Okay, the rules of this game was hosted by Crypto is 12 infantry max. Okay, so Crypto's helped Parthia a bit here by giving them that type of cavalry max, because I think Parthia does need a bit of help on the 31k battlefield. Now Uther's got 9 cataphracts, 1 camel cataphract. Okay, look at the upgrades on his cataphract. 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, remember these are the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe, and with 8 upgrades on, there is some serious cavalry there. Okay, and then he's got his camel general, camel cataphract general. Now remember, the camels bring a fear factor to enemy cavalry. Of course, any fear factor means that they take the morale away from enemy troops, making them more susceptible to routing. Okay, so that camel cataphract there, once again, Parthia, not a faction you see very often on a 31k battlefield. Now years ago when I've played with Parthia, I found, strangely enough, these hillmen were better than the Eastern infantry. Those of you that have played with Parthia, do you remember the Eastern infantry? They look like they are wearing pyjamas. And there's 120 men in those units, but these 80 men hillman units seemed to me at the time to do better than the 120 man Eastern infantry. Maybe that was my imagination at the time. I haven't played with them for years and years, but I always remember that the Hillmen did seem to be a little bit better than those Eastern infantry, even with smaller numbers. So that's an interesting unit there, and he's got 2 horse archers. Interesting faction there, and an interesting faction build as well. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got his very old Rome army of 12 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, but I'd just like to show you the diversity in our team. We've got Egypt, a very little bought to 31k battlefield, Rome, Parthia, and Rome again. But you wait to see the other team. This could be a great battle. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at Uther's very unusual cavalry battle formation here. And as you can see here, he's got all his cataphracts there in that very unusual battle formation. I feel like I should name it. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think you could think of a name for this battle formation here? It looks like, I think Bubo mentioned it looks like it probably could do with a name, but I can't think of a name. Maybe you can. Please leave your name in the comments there. And also, I'd like to show you something here interesting with the Egyptian faction, as we don't see Egypt much on the 31k battlefield. Okay, you'll see he's got, Bubo's got 14 Pharaoh bowmen. Okay, pound for pound, as we said, we think they may be the best archers in the game. But did you know that 14, each archer fires 30 arrows, shoots 30 arrows. So with 14 units there, that equates to 34,020 arrows. Okay, so those 14 Pharaoh bowmen there can fire 34,020 arrows. That's the firepower that he's got there. And here is the other team. We have the host of this battle, a Brotherhood member, Crypto, who has unusually bought the Scythia faction. How often do we see Scythia bought to the 31k battlefield? Very rarely. Now, Crypto's got 4 horse archers, 6 headhunting maidens, 5 archers, and 5 infantry. Okay, so there's the 4 horse archers there. He once again changed the rules here to allow 4 horse archers. As a lot of you know, we usually only allow 2. And there's his 6 headhunting maidens. Now, make no mistake here, these are not pretty little maidens here. These are the deadly ladies of Rome Total War. See those massive axes they carry? Those are effective against armor axes. And cavalry versus cavalry, I think these are the best cavalry in the game. Okay, cavalry versus cavalry, I believe these are the best cavalry in the game where they're effective against armor axes. And those of you that have played with maidens know how tough they are. And as I say, especially against cavalry, they are absolutely brilliant. And if you look at the Scythian infantry and archers here, you can see that he's got 5 of the chosen archers. But here is a unit you very rarely see, the Scythian axemen infantry. Okay, you very rarely see these because, to be honest with you, they're not brilliant infantry. And to bring them to the 31k battlefield is always a bit of a risk. So there you are, there's Scythia. So that'd be interesting to see how well that does during the course of the battle. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman, who has got his faction of choice, which is Macedon. And Barclayman has got 15 Royal Pikemen and 5 Light Lancers. Okay. And if you look at his pikemen there, a closer look there, you'll see he's got mixed upgrades. He's got 8 upgrades on some units, 7 upgrades on the other. So he's got mixed upgrades on his pikemen, and then he's got those light lancers. Now these light lancers are fast moving units. They probably used to take out archers or smash into the rear of our engaged troops. But you might notice something here that he has not got. He has got no archer fire, no archer cover. Okay, now remember, these 120 man units are extremely susceptible to any kind of missile damage. So without archer cover there, they're going to be a bit exposed. Now remember what we've got over there. Those Egyptian Pharaoh archers that can fire 34,020 arrows. Imagine the devastation they could cause to Macedon without any archer cover there. So that'd be interesting to see what happens there. Their third teammate is a Brotherhood member, Pompey. Now Pompey has got 17 infantry and 3 cavalry. Okay, 17 infantry and 3 cavalry. This is an army he's been using all evening and has been very successful with this army here. I see he's got 7 upgrades on his cavalry and experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Now with 17 infantry and just 3 cavalry, will that 17 infantry make up for 3 cavalry? I guess we'll just have to see. Their fourth teammate is Brotherhood member JGP. Now JGP has got 6 cavalry, 12 infantry and 2 archers. Okay, so there's the other team there. Once again, a diverse team. You've got Scythia, you've got Macedon, Rome and Rome. This has got the potential to be a great 16th birthday party battle for RTW, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you can see that Crypto is bringing his horse archers across here to harass and harangue and do as much damage as he can to the Pharaoh archers. Okay? Now remember, those horse archers, once they get into that Canterbury circle, are difficult to kill for foot archers, even with the volume of arrows that the Egyptian general has got here. Okay, see those horse archers going around in their Canterbury circle, and they'll be shooting arrows off into those Pharaoh archers there, and those Pharaoh archers won't be able to cause that many casualties to those units once they get into that, as I say, that Canterbury circle there. So you can see here, Abubo has split his archers. He's taken some archers up, probably to target Macedon. As you can see here, this one archer unit here, Pharaoh archer, Pharaoh bowman here, is taking casualties from that those Canterbury circles, but he's got his other archers there shooting as well. And this is a nice bit of teamwork here by Uther, bringing his horse archers across here. Okay, to help cover his ally there against those Scythian horse archers. Remember, those Parthian horse archers have got a unique ability called the Parthian shot, where they can actually turn 180 degrees in their saddle and shoot chasing enemy cavalry and actually shoot them out the saddle there. It's called the Parthian shot there. Okay, meanwhile over on our left flank here, you can see a little bit of tactical maneuvering going on here. Now, as you can see here, my infantry are on this left flank of ours. Okay, facing the Brutii army. But if you notice here, you can see I've got my cavalry, and we've got Uther's cavalry there as well. But if you notice here, I'm facing, as I say, the Brutii infantry, 17 infantry, 3 cavalry there against my 12 infantry, plus the enemy SBQR infantry and cavalry, which I feel will come round behind me. I think the Brutii infantry will try and pin my forward units while SBQR comes in round my flank. Okay, now you can see here the Pharaoh bowman there, which Bubo's brought forward to target Macedonian units. So they'll be soon shooting in those units there, causing a lot of casualties with them. And you've got those hillmen there as well. But as I say, over on our right flank here, you can see that a combination of Uther's horse archers plus the firepower of those Pharaoh bowmen have kind of chased off those Scythian horse archers there. As you can see, they've pulled back. Okay, so there's lots of action goes on all over this battlefield at the same time, so I'm going to try and catch as much as I can for you. You can see the chariots being brought over to the centre of our team there. But I say, over here on the left flank, I've got a feeling that maybe the making or the breaking of this battle could be on this left flank. Okay, so you can see the enemy Brutii infantry. Now remember, Pompey, as I say, has got 17 infantry units against my 12. So that's a heck of a lot of advantage he's got there, infantry-wise, okay? So that's probably why he's being aggressive towards me, because he can see the advantage he's got in infantry as he moves towards me. Okay, and also, as I say, you've got JGP who's going to look to flank me. Looks like Pompey will try and pin and hold my forward units, while JGP gets his SBQR units in round the flank. But don't forget, we've got Uther's cavalry battle formation here ready to charge in when he's ready there. Plus I've got my cavalry as well. But as I say, I think it could all hinge maybe on this left flank here on who's going to win the battle. As I say, Pompey knows he's got 17 infantry against my 12. Right, you can see there that the Egyptian general's bringing his chariots over as well. And don't forget, chariots will bring a fear factor, taking the morale away from enemy troops, making them more susceptible to routing. Okay, so rather than pull back with my Scipio army, if you notice here, I've become aggressive and moved into those Brutii infantry there. Okay, now as I say, over here on the left flank could be pivotal and decisive to the outcome of the battle. You can see JGP bringing his SBQR infantry and cavalry round the flank of my engaged Scipio troops. Okay, so there's a nice tactical move there by the enemy team. Pin and hold me with Brutii while he brings the SBQR infantry round my flank. Now, Mad King here, being the great team player that he is, notice how he's bringing units over to defend the flank there of my infantry against those attacking SBQR troops. Okay, you can see some those SBQR archers targeting Uther's cavalry here. Right, let's just pause the game for a second. So, okay, over here on the left flank, we've got the headhunting maidens ready to charge in wedge formation. Look, for more penetration, do more damage, ready to charge into my infantry. We've got those Brutii, 3 Brutii cavalry maybe ready to charge in as well into my infantry. We've got those SBQR cavalry maybe coming around the flank. We've got Brutii and SBQR cavalry coming around the flank of my engaged infantry. Okay, we've got Uthers, as I say, big cavalry formation there ready to charge in. Now, if that Brutii cavalry moves over here, okay, what I'm thinking of doing here is smashing my cavalry through my engaged troops into those engaged Brutii troops and hoping to take them out. Okay, so just give you a heads up on that. If that Brutii cavalry moves over far enough, that's what I'm going to do with my cavalry. Okay, meanwhile here in the centre, you can see most of Mad King's infantry plus those Pharaoh archers are going to engage Macedon. Okay, so make no mistake, those Pharaoh archers will already be causing casualties to those Macedonian pikemen there. Okay, remember those 121 man units. I saw that one unit reduced to 68 and they haven't even got into hand-to-hand combat yet. Meanwhile, over on our right flank here, you can see that Mad King has got his cavalry in open order, wide formation there, to try and counter any movement of enemy cavalry there around our flank, while the Pharaoh bowmen target those Scythian horse archers there. Okay, so there's a general overview of the battle at the moment. Okay. As I say, I hope you really enjoy this battle. As I say, it's the 16th birthday of Rome Total War, and I wanted to choose like a special battle for the 16th birthday, and I hope you agree this will be it. Okay, can you see Uther throwing his 2 hillman units in there? But of course their morale's not very good, and they've both routed there, basically on contact with the enemy army. Now you can see here, remember what I said I was going to do? Here with my cavalry, now remember I said if I notice that that Brutii cavalry moved over a little bit more to that right flank, which they've done. Okay, see they're over there, and the other enemy cavalry are over there as well. What I'm going to do here is smash through my infantry into those engaged Brutii troops, hoping to take a lot of them out. Okay, so that's what I'm looking to do here. Counter punch, if you like. And now Uther here has got to move his cavalry back because he doesn't want any truck with that SBQR infantry at the moment. He probably will hit them when he's ready, but he doesn't want them at the moment, so that's why he's going to pull that cavalry back, because he's going to be hit by SBQR cavalry as well as SBQR infantry if he stays there. Okay, so as I say, this left flank could prove pivotal and decisive to the outcome of the battle. Right, you can see my cavalry charging through my engaged infantry there. Now Pompey spotted that and has tried to move his infantry back out the way because he knows he's going to get whacked with my cavalry, and bang! There's my cavalry charge in there. Okay, so I've routed 4 of Pompey's infantry units there with my cavalry hit there. He is now counterattacked with his cavalry, and bang! As that Brutii cavalry smashes in to my infantry and cavalry there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn my cavalry back and engage that Brutii cavalry, as well as moving infantry units forward there as well. Right, you can see Crypto has brought his axemen over, his Scythian axemen over to charge into the fray as well. But as I say, this that infantry is not very good. And here comes the headhunting maidens, and bang! As those maidens smash into the rear of my engaged cavalry there. But if you notice, I moved my cavalry further into the Brutii infantry there. You can see the maidens really pushing in there, and the Scythian axemen. Okay, so we got Scythian headhunting maidens, Scythian infantry smashing into the flank of my infantry and cavalry. We got Brutii infantry and cavalry hitting the front of my infantry. But if you notice, Mad King has also put some of his infantry in with mine as well. Meanwhile, over on our left flank here, you can see a very important part of the battlefield here. Maybe Uther's cataphracts here attacking the SBQR cavalry and infantry here. Now this could prove another pivotal part of the battle, because whoever wins here can take their cavalry round the rear of the enemy troops. Okay, so this could be proven. Can you see they've both alt-attacked? You can see the heavy Roman sword and the effective against armor maces there. Okay, so there you go. So this could well be proved pivotal here with infantry and cavalry against Uther's cataphracts. So it'll be interesting to see how that's going to turn out. As I say, if Uther wins, he can smash his cataphracts into the rear of those SBQR infantry. But if the SBQR cavalry wins there, they can come in behind us, come round the side there in behind us. I see he sent another unit there into the flank of some more SBQR infantry. Okay, so make no mistake here, this part of the battlefield could prove decisive. I can see Mad King here moving his infantry over to the left flank here. He has seen the danger here of all that SBQR infantry and cavalry, so he can send a lot of his infantry units over there to shore up our left flank if needed. Meanwhile here, the Macedonian general, look, with his light cavalry, his light lancer there, and his infantry, he's got no solid infantry to face him at all. He's just going to run into archers here. Okay, those archers are going to be shooting into him big time, but he can just run into them. Here you can see there was a battle between Scipii infantry and those lancers. Okay, and you can say you got those lancers, light lancers there as well. So as I say, you can see we've got no infantry to plug this gap here on our right flank, and the Macedonian general is just going to run his units forward into our archers and into possibly the rear of our engaged troops. Okay, so our right flank now is really in a dangerous position, but meanwhile here you can see my infantry taking that cavalry hit, those infantry as well, and those Brutii infantry attacking the front, the forward units as well here. Okay, so don't forget that old Roman army of mine's got an experienced stripe on, so that's going to keep them fighting longer. You can see Mad King bringing his infantry up into support there, as he can see my units being smashed there by cavalry and infantry. Meanwhile over here on our left flank, Uther may well pull his cavalry back, seeing all that infantry coming towards him. That would be a wise move, I think, and Uther is doing that. He's going to pull his cataphracts back away from those SBQR troops there with all that infantry closing in on him, so I think that was a good move. Notice here that the Egyptian general's brought his chariots up. Now he may well hit those SBQR troops with his chariots, and then Uther needs to counter-attack with his cavalry. So there's a chariot and cavalry attack here, right, which is Uther's going to do here. He's going to charge those cataphracts in with his allies' chariots there as well. The chariots there bringing a fear factor, lowering the morale of those SBQR troops, and in comes the cataphracts. Bang! As they smash into those SBQR infantry. What a massive hit from those cataphracts. Remember, those cataphracts have got a 9 charge bonus. Just smashed straight into those SBQR troops. And as I say, the chariots there taking morale away from the enemy troops there, making them more susceptible to routing. Okay, so between them, between our Egyptian ally and our Parthia ally there, we have managed to rout most of the SBQR infantry that were in that fray there. So really well done to Bubo and Uther there. Taken out a heck of a lot of SBQR infantry there with that combined attack. Okay, I can see that looks like the SBQR cavalry are joining the fray there on the left flank. Now as you can see here, Mad King's taking his infantry forward there to engage the Brutii troops. As you could see earlier, my troops had taken a bashing there from both cavalry and infantry there. But meanwhile, at the rear of all what's going on at the front there, you can see that Barclayman is taking his Macedonian army, trying to sweep up, if you like, all of our archers there. Okay, but maybe if he'd have charged some of those pikemen up the battlefield, if you like, to the forward part, into the rear of our engaged infantry, just maybe that clump of Macedonians there. Leave the others there if he wants with his cavalry to chase down the archers, but imagine if he charged those into the rear of our engaged troops there. But he's actually hunting down the archers because those archers have been doing him a lot of damage. Right, see that Brutii cavalry going and bang! See the penetration of that into my infantry. Meanwhile over here, as I say, there's lots going on all over the battlefield at one time here. You can see the Parthian cavalry there. Just killed the SBQR general, and they're fighting the SBQR cavalry. And here comes the headhunting maidens, but they're tired and they're battle damaged as well as they charge in there, and bang! As those maidens charge in to those Parthian cataphracts there. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so we've got SBQR cavalry, we've got headhunting maidens there charging in to these Parthian cataphracts. Remember, the headhunting maidens were effective against armor axes, but they are tired and they are battle depleted. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. And I think Uther's got the numbers here, and he's bought his I think he's auto-attacked his horse archers as well to come in behind them. So it's a real tussle there on that left flank of ours. Meanwhile here, both Mad King and myself are attacking Pompey's 17 infantry there. I've rallied some of my cavalry that were routed earlier, and I'm charging them back into the fray. And as you can see, the combination of Mad King and myself now are breaking a lot of those Brutii cavalry. There's some Brutii cavalry charging, and bang, as they charge in. Sorry, I was going to say Mad King and myself are breaking a lot of those Brutii infantry there as we move forward. Remember, Pompey had 17 infantry and 3 cavalry. So our combination of army there has broken the Brutii there. And if you notice here, Uther's done well against those headhunting maidens, bringing auto-attacking his horse archers into the rear of those maidens there. And looks like he killed them all. But make no mistake here, Uther's army is very blooded. Okay? He's got extremely battle-depleted units left here, but Mad King and myself have managed to take out the enemy Brutii army that was in front of us there. Okay, so we've done well. Okay, now let's just pause game for a second here. So, Mad King and myself, as I say, we've managed to rout the Brutii army there. but we have very battle damaged units, as our Parthian ally does. But look at the Macedonian pikemen there. There's still a heck of a lot of enemy Macedon pikemen there. Okay, so which way do you think the battle's going to go here? Okay, don't forget they've got the Scythian really good archers there, those chosen archers in close formation there, if you notice that, so that the arrows do more damage, more penetration, more damage to us. So we've got all those archers shooting at us. We've got some, as I say, Scythian horse archers left, and as you can see, both Mad King and myself, very battle depleted units, and as I say, our Parthian ally has also got battle depleted units as well. There's that Murmillo gladiator unit there, still doing well, still fully manned. I see 41 men in that unit. So as I say, Mad King hasn't thrown them into the fray there. Okay, but you can see the massive Macedonian army there. See that chariot unit, that Egyptian chariot unit? It may well, I thought he was going to charge in for a second there, but he's pulled back, which is a good move. But as I say, there's a heck of a lot of Macedonian units there. Now, what would you do if you were the Macedonian general? Would you box up? Is that something you do? Form a defensive formation there. Right, see those Scythian horse archers there just routed that chariot unit there. But as I say, what would you do if you were the Macedonian general? Do you think making a defensive formation is something you would do? Or do you think that you would be aggressive and attack with your Macedonians? What do you think you would do at this stage of the battle? You think boxing up would be a good idea there? Or being aggressive there? You can see all these cavalry units there just routed one of JGP's. I think that was JGP's last infantry unit has just been routed. But as I say, with the Macedonians there, if they box up, that could be a move they could do. But if they do that, then they will be at the mercy of those Egyptian bowmen. Okay, so as you can see here, loads of Macedonian pikemen left here. Okay. As I say, we've got those Scythian archers shooting into us mercilessly, shooting into the rear of our engaged units. As I say, our Parthian ally, look, he's battle depleted. My units are extremely battle depleted. 14 men in that one unit. I've got 33 men in that unit, 15 men in that unit, 31 men in that, 29 men in that. So my army is greatly battle depleted, as our Parthian ally is as well. Mad King still seems to me to have a lot of infantry left. But whether that'll make the difference, we'll just have to wait and see. But as I say, these Scythian archers here shooting into the rear of our engaged units mercilessly, as I say, in that tight close formation, so their arrows get more power, more penetration, and do more damage. So as I say, if you were the Macedonian general here, what would you do? Box up or be aggressive and attack? What do you think the best thing to do here would be? At the moment you can see he's being aggressive here. He's attacking the enemy Scipio troops. And he's got a lot of his Macedonian units kind of split up. Maybe it might be a good idea to mass them to do whatever he wants to do. But with units split up like they are, they can be attacked in the flank and the rear because they can't cover each other, if you see what I mean. You can see Mad King attacking aggressively with his infantry. I'm trying to, as I haven't got a lot of infantry left, I'm trying for angles here, looking for the flank and rear of those Macedonian units. You can see the Macedonians here, the general here, like almost getting into a defensive formation. But I'd like to point something out to you that's going to give us a massive boost. And those Pharaoh bowmen there. Okay, they've all still got lots of arrows left, and they are shooting loads of fire arrows into the Macedonians. Now we know that fire arrows not only cause damage, but take morale away from the enemy troops, and those Macedonians, as we know, have not got very good morale. So all those fire arrows going into the rear of those Macedonian units is going to lower their morale substantially, and make them more susceptible to routing. So make no mistake here, these Pharaoh archers are doing a great job here at lowering the morale of the Macedonians. So well done to Bubo there with those Pharaoh bowmen. Okay, you can see Uther's, look at the battle depleted, look, 6 men, these are 54 man units, 13, 22, 12, 18 and 7. Okay, that's his entire army of Uther's, that's all he's got left there of his entire army, I think. Plus he might have his general left here, but as I say, we're pushing in on those Macedonian spears. But as I say, those Pharaoh bowmen there shooting those hundreds of fire arrows into the rear of those engaged Macedonians. Make no mistake, that's going to be sapping the morale of those Macedonians, and we could see possibly a mass rout here with the volume of fire arrows going into those Macedonians there. You can see that Scythian general's just alt-attacked with his horse archers there. I can see some of Uther's units starting to rout, but as I say, those Scythian archers there are still shooting into the rear of our engaged units. I see Mad King being very aggressive with his infantry here against those Macedonians, really pushing in on them there. You see, as I say, you can see the volume of the fire arrows from those Pharaoh bowmen going into those Macedonians there. Nice aggressive attacking here by Mad King. Combination of aggressive infantry attacks and those fire arrows hitting those Macedonians is starting to cause the Macedonian units to rout here. Plus you've got Uther's cavalry that bang charge into the rear of that pike unit there. I think the Macedon general just managed to turn that pike unit in time there, but you can see a lot of the Macedonian units are starting to rout now. And I think it looks like our our team may well have gone on to win the battle there. Yeah, the Macedon generals just admitted defeat there. Okay, so I just wanted to pause the game for a second just to show you the intensity of this battle here. You can see over here, across here, you can see the piles of dead there. Okay, this is just goes to show how intense, grinding down this battle was. Okay, you can see there attritional, grinding down battle here, with lots of different factions in that you don't usually see on Rome Total War. And as you can see, the intensity of the fighting on that particular part there. My general unit's got 13 men left in it, I think. And you can see, as I say, the Macedonian general has admitted defeat. But over here on the left flank, this is where that massive cavalry battle ensued there, where Uther charged in as all those cataphracts against those SBQR cavalry and infantry here on that that left flank of ours. So as I say, it was a very grinding down, attritional battle there, I think. And as I say, I think we've managed to, as I say, go on and win it there. So you've got 32 men in that unit, and my general, and one more unit there with 6 men in. So that's the entirety of my Scipii army there, is what you can see. And also with Uther there, he's got 14 men in that one cataphract unit, 4 men in that, and his general unit of 33. That's his army there. So as you can see, with what we've got left, how let's say grinding down and attritional this birthday 16th birthday battle for RTW had become. Let's say the enemy probably will start admitting defeat now, and as I say, our team has managed to go on to to win the battle here. I think there's just a couple of JGP's units, Archer units left, which I'm pretty sure he just admitted defeat there with those 2 units. And as I say, our team is just about scraped in a win there. Okay, just like to say, really well played to everybody in the game there, and as you can see, it was a close victory. Okay, it's a close victory there. I thought this was a really unusual and exciting battle for Rome Total War's 16th birthday party, if you like. Just like to draw your attention to the highest kills in the game, Mad King, 1,605. But look at Uther with Parthia, the second highest kills in the game, 1,425. So it just goes to show, if you just tweak the rules a little bit, see what Parthia can do. Second and first highest kills there for Mad King and Uther. I'd like to say really well played to Brotherhood member Crypto there. Nice to see Scythia on the 31k battlefield. Quite good kills there, I thought. Really well done to Brotherhood member Barclay, man. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted there. Probably didn't, I wouldn't have thought. And well done to Pompey there. He did well, very aggressive with that Brutii army, and well done to JGP, but unfortunately, of course, he got smashed on that left flank by all those Parthian cavalry, and definitely didn't get the kills that he wanted there. Let's say well done to Mad King, getting the highest kills in the game, and really well done to Uther with Parthia, getting the second highest kills in the game. Really well done to him. Nice to see Parthia on the 31k battlefield, and well done to Bubo with Egypt there. Maybe didn't get the kills that he wanted, but those archers at the end, I think especially, really helped us with the end of the battle. So this is RTW's 16th birthday battle, if you like, and I hope you all enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you soon, and I hope for another 16 years. Bye for now.